Welcome to the lab. It's way past knock-off time. Old mate on the wall there that quite frequently lies and runs a little bit late is telling us it's definitely past knock-off time. The reason I'm still out here is it's just been one of those days where you spend all day and you get nowhere. So I put the BMW aside for today because I don't have enough of the connectors, the pins, to redo all the wires on the ECU to shorten that all up to the right length and get that all nice. Most of the wires, at least. I don't want to start it and not be able to finish it. I want to be able to just, it's not a sit down job. Well, it could be if I put it on the bench, but I want to be able to just smash it over in one go. It's going to take more than a couple of hours, so I won't do it and literally sit down, do it, and then walk away when it's finished. But just focus on that, nothing else. Turn the phone off. Forget about idiots on Facebook, and just get it done. So today was a not doing that day. It was doing this day, the Nissan March. It was Friday, fun day or whatever. So I went hunting for some material because I actually, in the end, I decided, yeah, I'm going to make that subframe in the back out of aluminium. Good fun. Nobody's got the material to do that, so boo. I wanted to do that this weekend. I probably should have organised that during the week and that would have happened. But I didn't, so that's the way it goes. Something good turned. The plug to the bulkhead fitting and the plug to hook up our fuel pumps, that arrived. Ideally you'd put a 90-degree plug on here, but that's just what was available. It'd be much better if it was a 90-degree one, but it's not. It's a straight, so that's alright. It just heads off out into the wilderness there. I've actually taken that apart, changed the wires in there. They were too short and I don't like splicing them halfway along. So that's had new wires run all the way through, and then we've joined it into the loom that runs, phone's doing that all by itself, that's fine. The loom that runs all the way through to there. So we've got this all looking much tidier. It's not yet completed. These wires here can obviously be quite a bit shorter. It is nice having a little bit of slack in them, but that's probably a bit much, and one of those is actually a spare. It's not doing anything anyway. I normally have one kicking around like that and an earth, so that if I want to run a water pump in the pits or a fuel pump or something like that, or a fan, I can actually just bypass the entire electrical system of the car with a jumper wire, put that into there, pull the relay out, put it on the output pin for the relay, boom, fan goes, pump goes, whatever it is. So that's the reason why that one's hanging around, but there will be much better ways of doing that, and I will probably organise that this time around. So this is all looking pretty decent now. Just about finished with the fuel tank, a couple of little things to sort out, and then get the dog bowl. And then I can give that a polish, and I can put some of the gold foil onto there. I'm actually seriously considering a couple of tweaks on this tank here. That would be better if it was further forward, not for aesthetics, just to make it easier to fill and to check the volume in it and all that sort of carry on. That fitting there, ideally that needs to be below the water line, the water level. That's the return. So if you return it over the top of the fluid that's in here, it'll aerate it, and then you get air bubbles through your intercooler system, and obviously air conducts heat away less efficiently than water or fluid, whatever you've got in there. So that's not ideal. It won't airlock or anything, it'll just be bubbly water like a spa bath for the intercooler. I keep looking at this big booster here, the brake master cylinder and all that, and you'll notice I haven't put a bracket on here yet to support that, and the reason for that is I keep thinking we should put a pedal box in this car. It's probably about time, but it's also it's a four-figure dollar value to do that. It's a couple of $1,000s basically, and I'm not sure if that's money wisely spent at this point in time. I just had to go and see a dentist today. That was also a 4-digit price tag, so that wasn't very good. Never mind. So it's coming along. That's probably all I've got for you today, is a little wee short video. I have to apologise. Yesterday's video where I said it was a short video was actually much, much shorter than it was supposed to be. I had literally edited the video in the phone, got the whole thing done, watched it, checked it, yep, she's good. Hooked up the phone to the laptop, grabbed the wrong file, put that on the laptop, little Hannah wanting to play all night, distractions, banged the video up online. Hey, lucky it wasn't a blue movie, eh? A home movie in the bedroom. There's none of those, don't worry about that. But, yes, apologies. But as it turns out, it's no big deal. It kind of worked anyway, right? So there was supposed to be a 13-minute video last night, and there was a 7-minute video. It happens, my bad. Anyway, guys, cheers very much for all the support. Thanks for all the kind comments about the daily videos and all that sort of carry on. I probably will knock those on the head about now. This will be 33, maybe 34 videos in a row, plus the first two, or if you go back to the first one where we started with a video after consecutive videos, the two prior were only a couple of days apart. So it's a big effort to get 10-15 minutes worth of video. Is usually something like about 6 to 10 hours worth of work. Otherwise there's just nothing to, like today, there's just nothing to show you. I have just spent 3 or 4 hours out here just now just to get that fuel pump wiring sorted out, and at least something has happened on the car. But otherwise it's just one of those battling days where you just can't achieve anything. So that happens. Enough of me. Go and do something fun. Thanks, bye. I forgot to show you, there were a couple of other things that did happen today. I've made some lightness in our little mount here, removed some material on each side, a couple other spots you can't see, made another robot face. You can see it now, can't you? Eyes, nose, mouth. Anyway, and also this bracket here that holds our shaft with the bearing goes in here. This goes up in there. Oh, well, it can stay there tonight, I guess. It's had a pocket out of there to lighten it up, and can't stay there because I need to show you. I've matched that radius a little bit better around the bearing. The original part came out to about here somewhere. There was about 10-15 mils of material from here to here that just didn't need to be there. Wasn't doing anything. So with a CNC machine and AutoCAD and all that sort of stuff, you would design that so that you'd have a few more pockets running around, and it's a bit hard to do with a manual mill and make it look nice. That will be sufficient. I mean, I might, if I get bored tomorrow, I might put it in there and do a little bit more to bring it out closer to these mounting bolts, because the only strength we really need here is to support that big hole that is right in the middle of your screen, and the 2 bolts there, and those 3 on the extremities. The rest of it doesn't have to be particularly strong. 3 or 4 mils thick would be sufficient, as long as we had a good decent rim around the edge of it to take the load and spread it all around. So tomorrow I'll carry on with a bit of wiring stuff, and I might make our earbox that we need to make for this side here. That should be achievable with what we've got, and then I might attack this other side. What we need to do over here to replicate what we've got on the other side is we need to get rid of this weld here, this seam, pinch weld, whatever we want to call it. That needs to go away. A rough person would just hit it with a hammer and stand it upright, and that would actually be sufficient. We could get the filter in there then. But we're going to chop it out and do it nicely, put a plate over the top of it and roll it on here and build a box and all that sort of carry on. So, all right. Catch you later. Cheers, bye.